What's up, and welcome to my Tectonic Slam build diary. So for some reason I am going to give you the absolute full retard story just because I feel like it. I don't know why, but... So first of all, I really wanted to play Tectonic Slam. I wanted to do it last league, but I never really got the opportunity to, so I figured it was potentially actually going to be my league starter this league, but I ended up doing Armageddon Brand instead. So, Tectonic Slam consumes endurance charges, and Juggernaut is very good at generating them. So, you know, and I always make a Juggernaut to farm lab each and every league, so I already know before even planning out the tree that it's going to be very similar to my lab farmer, and therefore, you know, why not put two and two together? So Synthesis, Jesus, has done absolutely nothing to hype out melee this league, so I just assumed Nebulok and Combs Way would be very cheap this league because they were cheap last league and they were actually even cheaper this league. As luck would have it, though, I've only done 2 Elders so far, and both of them dropped on Nebulok, and I got one Prophecy for Combs Way, and then I bought the other one for like 18 Chaos. So yeah, it got even cheaper than I planned it to be. So Nebulox gives us armor, elemental damage reduction, and extra physical damage the more endurance charges we have. So that's why I felt the need to go extra full retard on the endurance charges. So long before I even made the build, roll the character rather, I was worried about the attack speed, how the build would feel, and you know, especially in lab. Even though I didn't actually plan on running lab with this setup and build. Because I don't have any global attack speed on the tree other than berserking. I don't have any mace nodes, and the mace nodes on the tree doesn't have attack speed. So I was just worried about how it's gonna feel. So I made sure that my gloves have attack speed, and I grabbed the Devotos. I got the enchant for 70 chaos, which I'm not sure is a good deal or not, which puts me at 55% chance of getting a charge slam. I also, as mentioned, went out of my way to grab berserking. This is mostly because that's where I'm gonna end up with the Uberlabber, if I do change my setup and all that. So I just went here because that's really the only place I could go, and actually once I got berserking it felt super amazing, so I'm not regretting going out of my way going over here. Jesus, I can't talk. So I've done a couple overlap runs with this setup and it's actually working pretty well. It's just that I'm still not sure, and I wasn't sure of the setup I was going to do, because running 2 Nebulox through traps in Uberlab, and you don't have an endurance charges, you might as well be running in Abysses, because you start degenning like mad. So I have to make sure that I have all endurance charges up, so the degen, the fire degen, doesn't eat me alive when I'm running through everything. I was considering maybe just swap to a Soul Taker, or 2 Soul Takers even. I still have my corrupted one here. I swap out the rings because, you know, just to be safe. Also, Tectonic Slam is not that ideal against Isaro because the AoE is fucking insane, and you really don't want AoE on Isaro when you're doing full key runs. Like, you don't want to have it against the lieutenants or the essences or the curse totems, or you don't want to have it. Actually, you don't want to have AoE against literally anything in that fight. So I tried swapping in for Molten Strike, and I have 1 Wildfire here. So I've been running Molten Strike for the single target against Isaro, and that has actually been pretty damn good. it's actually working really well. So I can actually do Uberlab pretty confidently with this setup. I can do charge disruptors, no problems. I am probably most likely not ever gonna attempt essences though, because I don't have Indomitable, I don't have Bells of the Deceiver. What else don't I have? I don't have Unrelenting, which is essentially something you need. But actually, I do have. How much do you get? I have 9% reduced elemental damage taken because I have 9 endurance charges. But even with this, I mean, a crit with 3 essences, that is actually going to absolutely destroy me. So I'm probably going to try and avoid essences in lab runs. Went with Comb Fruits again. Eventually I will be trying to get +1 end charges. I'm not sure if I'm gonna try and buy the cart to get lucky that way, or just straight up buy a pair, because I think they're, I honestly don't know what they are right now, but like a 180, 190 max life with end charges is probably gonna be like 4x or something, and I don't want to spend that kind of money right now, because I'm not really playing this character that much, and just getting +1 end charges for lab is kind of stupid. So again, just like if you watch my lab diary and build guide, I go with Combs Roots so that I can move out of Unstoppable and grab Undeniable instead, which allows me to move out of Resolute Technique, and you know, that way I get to grab versatility for the attack speed, accuracy, also precision. I may or may not try and get a clean pair with the attack speed enchant for mapping, because attack speed is so good on this build. So I guess we'll take a closer look at my gear choices here. So I have a Scorched fossil crafted belt here. Currently not now, I'm not that broke, but when I crafted the belt I was pretty broke, and I mean, it's a pretty decent belt. It's like good enough for what it is. I'm probably not going to recraft it. We have the gloves with attack speed, dual res and life. I got my leap slam with faster attacks, enduring cry, and blood magic. This is not a soul taker setup, but I'm still gonna go with blood magic, because there probably gonna be a couple of times where, you know, I'm just gonna deplete all my mana and I try to hit enduring cry and whatever, and I just can't move. So I'm gonna keep the blood magic in there. Also got what do I have here? I got Blood Rage on Blood Magic for like the same reason. I got Conk Effect here just to level. We got War Chief with Chance to Bleed and Calling Strike. The Chance to Bleed is just there to level it up in case I would swap to the Soul Taker setup, because right now Chance to Bleed doesn't really do anything with this setup. The helmet, we got Purity and Hatred and Ash. I am not running Purity. I am not running Herald of Purity because I don't have the Soul Taker set up, so I guess I'm just have it there to level with. I bought a Celestial Justicar set for something between 40 and 50 chaos. It's like really cheap. I was gonna try and fossil craft it, but I didn't have any fossils, and it's like a bitch to buy fossils, and I didn't have any money, so I just chaos spammed it a couple of times and managed to hit this, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. So my current setup, my main setup with Tectonic Slam is Melee Fist, Multi-Strike, Elemental Damage, Added Fire, and Combustion. So my 6th link, I am actually very uncertain of, because I was stuck on a 5 link at the time, but I was considering adding in Endurance Charge on Stun. I don't know if I have it yet, but I can't remember. I just can't remember its full name. Because single target, I did have a lot of issue generating or maintaining my endurance charges, which is essentially my defense as well. So single target, I would just end up going down to like 2 charges. So I kind of wanted to use that. Because also I am using maces, which means I'm stunning a lot more, but to generate my charges more, but yeah, I'm just gonna try and deal with it. Also, I'm not sure about Ruthless instead of maybe Combustion. I don't know if they're pretty even, because I do get the negative 19 to fire res when I ignite the monsters. So I truly don't know what's best, Combustion or Ruthless. Did we do all the gems? Yeah, we did. We got 2 Combs Way. Got an amulet here for, I think, mainly intelligence, but somehow I just have a buttload of intelligence anyway. Honestly, I only need something like 110 intelligence or something. But I was leveling gems at the time and that needed like the 155, so I also don't know how my dex and int is this good, because I don't have either. I don't have expertise, ancestral knowledge. I don't have either of these two. I don't have either of these. Like, I just don't understand where all my stats are coming from, really. Because usually I struggle a lot with intelligence when I make my lab farmer. So I got a Bubbling Divine with Bleed, because I need Bleed somewhere. I got the Wise Oak. I got Adsir's Promise, because I'm not Avatar of Fire. I was considering for a bit, but it doesn't seem that it's actually that ideal for Tectonic Slam, even though we're converting 60%. Yeah, it's like the only DPS Flask I have. Then I have Lion's Roar, and then I have a Jade with Curse Immunity. This flask can be anything. Ideally, I should probably swap this to a Diamond Flask, because I'm Elemental Overload. I did buy a Taste of Hate, however, I cannot use it. As you can see, it's gonna fuck with my Wise Oak. It's currently I have 112, 112, 16. So if I do like Taste of Hate, you know, my cold's gonna be the highest now. So I'm gonna have to sell the Taste of Hate again. Overall, I love the build. Tectonic Slam is so much fun. It is insanely fun. The one thing I will say though is that non-crit is not the best damage. Bosses can take a while, and tier 16, I'm not one-shotting packs, so. But yeah, it's an insanely fun build. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I will be making 2 more diaries, and I apologize for the really long video. Thank you, and good night, and good evening, morning, and all the things you say to end the video.